Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Harakagadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great most honor, roll well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of Syrian truth. Um, just wanted to do a quick little lesson, just kind of on, the worlds, and then essentially like the world that like Yahawashi came for. It's Israel. That's plain as day. Um, So I start on this John 1, 1. It says, "In the beginning was a word, and the word was with the powers, and the word was a power. And the same was in the beginning with the powers." So, it's talking about Yahawashi. It's basically like mirroring Genesis 1. So it says, "Well, all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and life was the light of men, and the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not." Okay. So to skip down a few verses, go to verse 10. It says, "What he was made in the no, he was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. And he came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of the Most High, even to them that believe on his name." And your average Christian's gonna read it and be like, "Yeah, he came to Judea, he came to the Jews, they didn't want to fuck with him." So, that's where it just got opened up to everyone else. But, is that really what it is? Because it says this, verse 29, a bit further down. It says, "The next day John seeth Yahawashi coming unto him, and saith, Behold, the Lamb of the Most High, which taketh away the sin of the world." And yeah, you reading that world, your average Christian's gonna be thinking, yeah, that's everyone. That's everyone able to get in there. Everyone can slide in, everyone can slip in. A guy's gonna be a heathen. He don't have to go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He could, you can slip in, but it's obviously not as simple as that. When we deal with worlds, then it's evident, because any Christian's gonna go to this. What, John 3:16? For for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And yeah, you can go to the interlinear. We're gonna go to world, and then you're gonna see cosmos. And then obviously for world, you got cosmos, you got ion, you got oikumene. Different uses, And for cosmos, it's you go to the first definition. Definition is useful. It says an apt and harmonious arrangement or constitution, order, or government. And then ornament, decoration, adornment, i.e. the arrangement of the stars. So it's about, a certain body and an order, an arrangement, a set basically of people. And that's when you're dealing with, the cosmos, ions, like for the age, and oikomenes for like the whole world. So when, it says love the world, it's a particular arrangement. And then, how are we going to get to what that arrangement is? Because verse 17, it says, "What for the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved." And when a certain arrangement is being talking about, that said what, Yahawashi was sent to save, you think about the rest of the scriptures, all you're going to read about is Israel, 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 Israel being harped on again. You're going to have Greeks and Gentiles come up. But there's an express reason why you're going to have those things come up. But alas, these are things that people don't look at. They don't, go into. They don't know the history. They don't know about why it will say, Jew or Greek. Why it was murmurings among the Grecians. Why there were Grecians in particular. Because there were those that, in relatively recent history to the times, then had, converted and gone off and become Greeks. But then amongst them, you would have had um, those that would have still known they were Israelites, those that didn't. But those they would still be counted as part of that world, part of that arrangement of Israel, really of the elect amongst those of that claim that by the seed go back to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. They would know that spiritually would have been of the elect, and that's why these things are happening. Because why you read this, Matthew 1:21, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahawashi, for he shall save his people from their sins. Yeah, this is what Yahawashi's purpose has been set from before. You read this, and then you go and read the prior scriptures, you're going to think, what's that arrangement, what's that group, what's that world? It's obviously talking about Israel. But that's why it needs to be made clear. Hebrews 1:1, it says, the Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. Yeah, there were multiple worlds made. It wasn't just the one. There was multiple worlds made, and as such, that's the reason why why you'll have a particular arrangement that's chosen, and that's exclusionary. There's others that aren't included. That's why you have these dividing lines. Because you would have had, well, okay. Let me read this. It says 1 John 2:15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, and he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. And yeah, the world passeth away. There's these different worlds. They'll have the time to shine, but then after a while, it's the fashion of the world. It's gonna fade, man. Just like you go back, 300, 500 years ago, you can have various things that would have been the fashion, of the times, as they say. And those things now are gone, man. Now it's a whole new set of really from the 60s has been where the modern kind of conception of dealing with things is come in. And then even from then it's shifted heavily. But, these are things that your average Christian, your average geezer's gonna, not gonna be able to discern, because they're just gonna think, oh, the world just means the whole world. So it says what? Beloved, 1 John 4:7, it says, beloved, let us love one another, for love is of the Most High, and everyone that loveth is born of the Most High, and knoweth the Most High. He that loveth not knoweth not the Most High, for the Most High is love. I always say God is love, but they don't know, what love is. Love is the keeping of the commandments. It says, what in this was manifested the love of the Most High towards us, because that the Most High sent his only begotten Son into the world, that we might live through him. Yeah. I wish I was sent what? So that we could live through him. Because this is the thing, is like, and into the world, does that mean everyone? Well, let's have a quick look see. It's in the red letter. So Matthew 10:34, it says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace but a sword. And I was looking for the one in Luke, I believe it is. Is it 8? But nay division. Is it 8 or 9? May division. Yeah, let me quick look. 12. Okay. Luke 12:51. It says, "Suppose ye that I am come to send peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division." So that's what Yahawashi came for. Came to divide, to separate, and that's something that been set from way back when. From way back when. What was it? 10. Eva. Yeah. Genesis 10:25. It says, "And unto Eber was born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan." So yeah, back then, during the time of Peleg, that was when what? Division. The nations were divided, man. The earth was divided. It wasn't everyone all being together as one. They were divided, and you even have, the Tower of Babel, where they were also divided. What was Deuteronomy 32:8. And in Deuteronomy 32:8, what does it say? It says, "When the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord Jehovah's portion is his people, Jacob is a lot of his inheritance." So yeah, the sons of Adam, all the different nations got separated. But then it said what? Israel's the Lord's portion. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. It was by Israel, because why? The other nation, what's it called? Psalms 2. It says, "Ask of me, and I'll give you the heathen for thine inheritance." The heathen, they're basically gonna become a possession, man, become servants to Israel. But then what? Israel's gonna be that exalted, that chosen, man, that special arrangement that's been set, and that's been set from before. And then you go forward, same thing, man. Luke 1:68 says, "Blessed be the most high power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began." All for Israel, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he sware to our father Abraham. So yeah, that same oath, that same agreement, what goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that was promised through the seed, through the sperm, those that by flesh, what go back to that lineage, was promised unto them. And that's still being manifest through Yahawashi, which is why Yahawashi came through that same line. And then what? It was promised for a particular arrangement, particular order. And who can it even be? Has it even changed? No. Because as, it says in Malachi, "And the Lord I change not. Therefore you sons of Jacob are not consumed." And yeah, because Jacob would have been done out, man. If not for, if the Most High wasn't bound to his word, then Israel's done more than enough to basically be found unworthy for that promise. But that's what Yahawashi was sent for, to mend and repair and become that mediator. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom, Yahawashi, Shalom.